I don't know entirely. But I'll let
All right. Did everyone get a chance to look at the agenda?
be right back with some Filipinos.
Yes.
I caught up the last half hour.
All right. Yeah, it's pretty simple, but again, the purpose is so that we can discuss the team project and the data that needs to be researched so that we can launch the new food truck. So just I'm gonna go through it real quick, what to expect for today's meeting. We're gonna start off with an icebreaker. So what's your go-to food truck and why? After that, we're gonna just assign roles for the meeting. So someone to be the scribe, the mediator, and supporter. And then lastly, we're gonna discuss what the data is that we need to research before we launch the new food truck, and then how are we going to delegate the task. So who's going to research what? Do we all research everything, or do we assign each person something to collect? And then lastly, just roundtable discussion. So any questions, comments, or concerns, even though that can be that should be included throughout the discussion, but at the end, if there's any comments or questions or concerns, we'll be able to touch on that, and then just summarize what we talked about during the meeting. That'll probably be the last thing that we do, so that we all know what to expect for the following week.
Great.
So
hey, before we get started, I don't like work or meeting this late in the week. So is there a way we can do this earlier in the week? Is there a time that works better for people? I'm open early in the morning. Is that something we could do, or any day during the week, usually after 7 o'clock, I'm usually open also. But going to this last minute kind of difficult.
Yeah, I agree. I think maybe we can once, maybe at the end of the meeting, once we know what we're doing, we can probably select a date or for the next meeting, what day works best for everyone. What do y'all think?
That's fine.
Yeah, we'll back around at the end of the meeting for sure.
Yeah, I definitely like the Zoom platform. I think this definitely works for us. But if there are ways, if we cannot meet in person just because of conflicts, if there's also a way we can check in, sort of thing. We have the project just to at least have that part, so that way when we meet, we may even come more prepared, or more can get done by that meeting time.
Yeah, I agree. I think those are good ideas.
No issues here.
Right. So we'll go ahead and get started with the icebreaker. What's your go-to food truck and why?
Taco trucks. 100%, because that to me is the best food.
Nice.
Mine is pupusa time. It's an El Salvadorian food. My apartment complex probably twice a month has local food truck vendors that come to the complex. Sometimes they give us vouchers, sometimes not, but it's been definitely my favorite one, and it's a fun summer treat.
My go-to food truck is anything that has Mexican food. I grew up here in LA, and well, I'm not in LA right now, but I grew up in LA, and there was the Mexican food trucks all over the place. And I always loved their chimichangas, and absolutely love California burritos when you can find them on a food truck. Absolutely amazing usually.
For sure. For me, it would have to be, there's a marisco spot, so seafood. It's called Kiko's. There's a few here in San Diego. That's probably my go-to. You know, whether it's a fish taco or some other type of seafood, I think that's the way to go, especially during the summer when it gets hot. All right. So roles for today. Go ahead and open that up. Who would like to volunteer to be the scribe?
I can for this week if that works.
Awesome. Okay, and then mediator. Mike. All right. So then
Yeah, I'll take it.
okay. And then Tim, you'll be the supporter, okay? A lot of support during the meeting, okay?
I will be the supporter.
Awesome. Okay. So before we jump into point number one, I guess I would like for us to summarize what we have so far. So what's the food truck that we are launching?
I remember it has to do with chickens.
Yeah.
A plucky chicken? No.
We are Team Cluck Norris
Cluck Norris.
is our team name.
And then we had a company name that we put above that on the first document. I'd have to open it up.
The Excellent Choice.
Excellent choice.
All right. So it has to do with chicken. So let's see. Do we know what we're going to sell? Like what's our main dish?
Chicken based. But definitely I feel like we should have some sort of like any taco burrito stand, like they'll have like a breakfast option, like a breakfast burrito, and something, with normal burritos with different types of meat, but this is more chicken based. So maybe like a sandwich, a burrito, something with breakfast with like eggs, since we're eggs.
Yeah.
Or even I agree with Mike, but I would also like to see maybe some kind of KFC option, like if they have the deep fryers in those trucks, maybe we could do some breaded, crunchy, just fried chicken, something along those lines too.
Chicken waffles.
Ooh, that's a good one.
There we go.
Yeah, fried.
Do we want to
definitely.
serve all parts of the chicken?
Ooh.
I don't know.
I hear the chicken feet are amazing.
That could be a delicacy.
So the reason that this is what I've heard, and I don't know if there's truth to this or not, but the reason that we don't see chicken feet in our grocery stores here in the United States is because they go to all the chicken noodle soup. So like all the Campbell's chicken noodle soup gets the chicken feet, and that's what makes it so soft and such a good kind of chicken in the chicken noodle soup. I've been in a grocery store in St. Martin, and they sell the chicken feet there.
Interesting.
All right.
So come to the conclusion, if we have one yet, that what type of food, chicken based, that we're going to go with.
So I think one of the things that where we can collect data is figuring out the menu items. I believe that's something that we can collect throughout the week, and next time we meet, we can talk about that. But I guess we can move on to that first question, so we can start that discussion. What is the data that we need to research before we launch a new food truck? So I gave some examples. One of them would be food truck location, menu items, prices, marketing strategies, including target audience. I don't know what else.
So we would also have to have regulation concerns. So like to be certified to operate a food truck, make sure we have
permits
so that we could get our little reading. And then we'd also have to figure out like finances for the food truck. Where are we getting the money from? Where's the money going to be spent? What kind of loans are we going to have to take out? Are we going to have to take out loans? or do we have a
Right.
rich uncle who's gonna finance this? And then what about the taxes that we're gonna have to pay? That should be, I think, something that's factored into the planning.
Anybody specializing in business? Jeez.
Well, I also, with finances, how do we make a profit? Is it divvied up 4 ways? Is there like a certain percentage? How, even tips, something like that? How do we get the revenue, and what percent actually hits our wallets? So that way, when would we start making profits?
We could do a Kickstarter. You guys hear of Kickstarter?
No, what is that?
It's basically you put a innovative product on the market, or you want to, and people donate. Essentially, it's like kind of like a GoFundMe, but for more business oriented. It's pretty popular. I've seen a lot of it on Shark Tank. Seek investors.
So these are definitely items that we're gonna have to research.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Should we make a list?
I think
And
so,
then-
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am on the Google Drive sheet that you have, David.
Okay. Oh, I see it.
I-
Got it.
that sheet.
Limited items, chicken feet. Nice.
Or seasonal, whatever we want to put it.
So the Google Drive is the link that you guys sent originally?
Mhm.
Oh, I see it. Okay. It is being edited. Okay. Finances.
Have any of you worked in some food industry? Do any of you have background in any of this?
I worked that in and out for 6 months. That's it.
Yeah, that's
So
impressive.
I worked as a security guard for a catering truck food lot.
Mm.
So I kind of have a back scenes knowledge of what goes on with the food trucks
Mm.
behind the scenes.
I worked at Olive Garden like 20 years ago for a year.
Hey, any background can help, because I know also there's the, like, you have to wear specific shoes, or you have to wear certain things for food cleanliness, so
Mhm.
and safety. I have
Sounds-
no experience, but I am glad that you all do in some way, shape, or form.
Correct.
Have any of you watched The Bear on FX or Hulu?
No.
No, okay. Just because season 2 is out, and it's all about pretty much renovating everything, getting the permits, and doing it right. So they're creating they had a restaurant season 1, but then they're making everything new. So they're going through pretty much this whole process. But so yeah, it's rated R though, so I don't know if you should watch it, but just letting you know it's out there.
Somebody send me a link to that Google Doc. I can't find it.
Yeah, Tim, let me do that one more time for you, just to see if it works. Do you still see the folder on the Google Drive? No? Okay, let me
Yeah, I
try.
found it. Your link.
I think, yeah, definitely for right now, these are all great ideas. Just moving forward with it, maybe we should each get tasked with something. I know we're like kind of like brainstorming everything within the
Right.
each category, because that will be beneficial for the research portion that each person is delegated.
And then, of course, we're gonna have to do the, what city do we want our food truck in? What do we want on the menu? So, yeah, these are all good questions. Good questions. I would be open to researching the financial aspects and
Okay.
putting together something on that.
Yeah, I was going to say that's a weakness of mine. So I'm not really business oriented in that sense.
I can look into the regulation concerns. But then also, should we establish where we want to do this so that we can look into, like, if we're doing this in San Diego and LA, like, I'm sure some of the permits and stuff might differ.
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
How about Fairbanks, Alaska? Just kidding.
Where?
Maybe that one can be
Fairbanks, Alaska.
All right, so location.
Food truck
I would assume college campuses would be a hotspot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm okay with San Diego since the Point Loma is rooted in San Diego, so that we kind of have that culture there, and then we know.
All right.
A big trip.
Point Loma, okay.
Yeah, definitely. I'd want it to be available year round sort of thing. So that way, then we don't have to plan for the 3 months or whatever season we need to stay out of business. I'll put in parentheses near college campus or somewhere near even Liberty Station. I don't know if you know that location.
Yeah.
Aware of it.
Would any military people, would that be a close enough location too?
Can we drive on to the military base?
We would have to get authorized through the installation access, which is typically at the gates, but we would have to be vetted on as a business. I'm very familiar with that whole process.
Would that be a regulation? So vetted for,
yeah.
What is the one closest to Liberty Station? Is that Coast Guard or is that Marines still?
Navy.
That's Navy.
Probably the Navy. Navy's pretty dominant in San Diego.
Okay. I'll definitely input that.
I mean, the nearest Marine base is MCRD, probably San Diego, and then Miramar. And moving further north, you got Camp Pendleton. But I know Marines will go crazy for this type of stuff. I mean, they waste money on crappy food out of a burrito truck. We call it the gut truck.
Yeah. I'm not a big fan of Pendleton just because it's so far north and it's just the base up there. But just speaking for location and popularity, but I totally get that would definitely be a hot ticket for those personnel.
Right. I was just saying on base alone, it would be crazy.
Right. Also, we have marketing strategies that we have to think about. That could be another.
Yeah, social media. You can go down the list on that.
And also put target audience. Would we go with college students and military? Is that who we're trying to target based on the location?
I think that's a good research point right there. Like, who wants to eat this type of food pretty much? Right. Are we going to be health oriented? Like, pressure cook, or are we just going to be, canola oil up and Let's just fry it in the back and throw it on a, you know.
Yeah.
Personally, I vote just the normal canola oil and everything. I don't need to deal with the whole organic. Yes, I can understand the cage-free. That might be something to be able to advertise.
Well, cage-free is skewed. I watched that chicken documentary. Yeah, keep it simple.
Mhm.
I would
Yeah.
like to do the menu
Okay.
piece. All of that. Because I know like the market, I'm not a market person, but what I've seen on TV is a lot of focus on like, you know, like the organic. I'm not into that, all that per se, but like that stuff sells a lot. But we also need to be, you know, price friendly to a college student and like our demographic essentially.
Yeah.
That's a great idea, Mike.
Yeah, I definitely think with the college students and even military, just
Mhm.
I know that there's like BH, there's definitely like allowances. So kind of understanding what financials they can cover. Mike, do you mind taking on some of that cost with the target audience?
Sure. And we're speaking military oriented for me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can definitely do the college students and marketing strategies
Okay.
and try that. I can't say I know how to make just a whole Facebook page or anything like that, but if we need it, I can try my darndest.
Okay. Yeah, I don't quite know if we need to be doing all that for this short 8-week class, but the idea, I love it.
Hey, why does this have to be a short 8-week class? Maybe we could start a food truck, the four of us after this.
Hey,
Maybe that's the whole point.
I'll just pull out the VA business loan and we can start with that.
Get
and then
out.
you guys could all leave me and I'm stuck with it.
Wasn't that your goal too after
Yeah.
being done, you and your wife?
Yeah. Side chick sandwiches. My wife's into the idea too, so she's very creative. She could be our secret investor. There we go.
It looks like we answered all the number 2.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Do we want to create a Google Doc where each of us can work on
Yeah,
this?
I think that would be a great idea, and we can structure it similar to this, and we could just fill in our parts and kind of. Is that? I wonder if that's what we're going for, like a report or something. I have no idea what's
Yes.
coming up next.
Yeah.
I guess I could look at the syllabus and see what the whole assignment says without just clicking each week through it.
I
Right.
can say, so at the very beginning, this was a team project overview, and weeks 3 and
Right.
4 is the planning. So it's brainstorming and collaborating with team members, conduct market research and analyze data to inform team competitors and local culture, conduct research of local business regulations, licenses, and permits, collect data and analyze the startup expenses for the first year, and engage in virtual discussions. So I think we are getting towards that. We need this week will be a lot of research.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds good.
I'll have time.
Yeah.
Is there anything else that we need to think about researching?
Is that all the wickets that I see on the Google Drive document?
What did you say, Mike?
I said, did we hit all the wickets
Oh,
off the document.
got you. I thought you called me wicked. I'm just kidding.
Ah, wicked in a good way though.
Yeah, I think we went through pretty much everything. Is there anything else that you believe we should research,
What
collect
about
data for?
what about staffing? Or are we just going to do it ourselves? Or are we going to hire staff to work for us?
Any of you good at cooking chicken?
I think Mike is.
I wish.
Well, I thought you were going to start a chicken company, a chicken truck.
I was actually going to get all my daughters all schooled up with culinary school and everything and hire them.
There you
Make it
go.
a family business.
What if could we hire like college students or any military? I don't know if that like our audience is them. Could we also have some sort of a give back to the community? Like we'll do hourly jobs or anything like that. I just don't know the experience level we want.
I'd say starting with the chef level, that's somebody with some experience and creativity.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So what I know from working behind the scenes at a food truck lot, there was usually one person that owned multiple trucks, and they made much better profit by having employees drive those trucks. Each truck would have a cook, which was the driver, and then they would always have somebody else that would stand outside to be able to sell. So you had to have 2 people per truck.
That's good information, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Would we be affording some sort of training for these employees too? Were the products the same across the line? I think we're just focusing on one truck at the moment. So,
Right.
Because when you go to different franchises across the United States, like I've experienced, each little franchise restaurant has their own little add-in compared to the state next door.
For sure.
What about cooking equipment and like the cost of the truck? I guess that's kind of in there.
Yeah.
I think that's underneath the finances.
Okay.
Startup costs. Can you note that right there? Startup costs.
Mm-hmm.
Would the startup costs also include then the employment cost, like hiring and the staff?
Shirts.
Yeah. Uniforms.
Yeah. Training. Do we need a person to establish a training program, hire somebody to do that? Truck operation, cooking equipment operation.
Or should we be the ones that are doing it? Would we save money? I mean, I don't know if you have desire to work. I kind of do. I mean, I could get people coming in. I could take orders at the very least. I don't know if you guys have desire to do that. This could be a pre-retirement gig.
At this point in my life, I would either be the owner or investor and let everybody else do the work on it.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind jumping into a food truck and doing the work.
Yeah.
It's a long day though. You're out there for breakfast, so you're usually leaving the lot about 5 a.m. Then you come back, you refill, or this is what I've experienced. They'll come back, they'll refill like all the supplies, and they'll go out for lunch. and then they come back in one more time to fill up again, and then they go out for dinner to the locations.
How do they how do they get food shipments? How do they receive that?
The place I worked, so there was a lot of different independent contractors who rented a spot in this place called A1 Catering. And what they did is they would park their food truck there, they would plug it in, and there was like a store right there that the lot paid for all the supplies that the food trucks would need. And they would then buy from the lot that their truck was parked at and refill their truck with that. Either that or they would hit Smart and Final or a Costco and load up there also.
Interesting. That's really interesting. Maybe in that sense, for the menu, we could try to keep it like local, if that's a thing, unless that's going to be too expensive. I don't know the cost of that stuff, but stick one of our local farms and farmers and.
Well, luckily, I think that chicken is cheap. Usually, it's one of the cheapest meats that you can get.
What's farm to table? Would that have anything to do with us? Like, could we? Is that, or are we more the processed of our food?
Let's see, farm to table.
I have no idea what farm to table is.
I think that's buying straight from the farm. To be honest, and
driving our food truck out to the farm and slaughtering a couple chickens, putting them on the truck.
We do in front of the customer on the street.
It's like, pick your chicken.
Farm fresh.
Yeah, it's through direct acquisition.
Yeah, this one.
Well, they do that with the lobsters.
Yeah. Pick your chicken today.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, it's through direct acquisition from a farmer to the consumer at farmers markets via community supported agriculture, pick your own programs.
Well, I think we could do that if we want to be a bougie food truck.
Right.
I don't know that we would want to do that just starting off. Probably want to go with the standard easy method so that we were able to start bringing in the profits and then go bougie.
That makes sense. But at the same time, I also see it like, what is the market right now? What popular food trucks like are they bringing? Is the farm to table idea bringing in the profits? I don't know.
That would be
I think that's
research.
Yep.
Yeah, that might be a college student California thing of this healthy. I mean, San Diego's got the whole Little Italy farmers market, so that could be a big, if there's a relationship we can have.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, I think the marketing strategy will definitely have to tie in with what local suppliers, farm to table, definitely brings in for us. Because I mean, if we're just going to keep it simple, we might as well just go buy KFC food and reserve it. Because that to me, I had KFC like within the last year, and I honestly didn't like it. So some way our product needs to be unique and stand out, and our society is so, in my opinion, health focused.
Yeah.
I mean, geez, if we just put non-GMO in it, it's gonna probably gluten-free and all those little catchphrases that are all over Instagram and everything you see now. It's like, oh wow, organic, sweet.
Maybe we could just post that on the side of our truck and not actually do it.
Well, that's gonna fall in with the regulations, I believe.
There you go.
That goes against my ethics. I do not want to
Yeah.
falsely advertise what I sell.
That makes
0 calorie chicken.
100% keto chicken. Oh wait, it all is.
Yeah. we inject it with fat only.
Avocado injections.
Yes, avocado straight from the local farmers. Non-GMO injections.
All right. Is there anything else that we need to add to the list?
I think just the research is gonna be enough for this week. I'm just thinking like how much do we actually need to do and how do we need to present it to each other next week?
Mhm, mhm. If we click complete, we can see the next week's assignment.
I think I already did that.
You did it already?
Yeah. So I wanted to knock out the lecture in response.
Yeah.
Because I'm on the road and it's trying to keep up with everything. Another team meeting. We got to make decisions on the food truck location. Okay, so we're essentially just bringing everything together, what we found, and making final decisions based off our research. So next week agenda is essentially just taking everything we researched that we just delegated to each other,
Yeah.
bringing it together,
And then going
making
over it,
final
right?
decisions.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
So then when do we want to meet next week?
I'm going to be in Florida for the next 2 weeks before I actually drive up to South Carolina. That's when my house is going to be ready to move in. So I
Do
am.
we want to meet early morning or do we want to meet later in the afternoon?
You guys let me know, and I'll adjust appropriately because I don't have a plan besides visiting family and this.
I know I cannot do Tuesday if we're looking at during the week. I also know that we've been doing weekends. I believe Saturday I'm all free, same as Sunday. Would you mind? I apologize. Do you mind if I check my calendar? I realize that I'm forgetting things from putting on my phone. Can I be right back? I have 2 calendars.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I'm 3 hours ahead.
Yeah, you are.
now and forever. So
Yeah.
just let me know.
Hey, I'm looking at you and you're in the future right now. Wow.
I am.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
How was Thursday in the well, it'd be afternoon for you, but like morning for us, like 8 or 9. Is that okay? Does anybody like that?
8 or 9 in
Thursday?
the morning.
Thursday morning at 9 o'clock. That would put Mike at noon.
Mm-hmm.
Thursday at 9 o'clock. That can work for me. And that can give us time to communicate, meet, and then if we need the weekend, we have time still. But so far we've done a great job of getting stuff done the time we meet.
So
Yeah.
I'm at work during that time, but that day on Thursday I work from home, so I might be able to do it. Actually, yeah, I'll say yes. I'll be available. I'll just
Okay.
yeah, but just in case, like during the meeting, I have to pause and maybe pick up a call or something, just so you know.
Are you sure you're going to be okay with that?
Yeah, I'll be all right. Yeah, no problem.
Okay.
You want to do it at your lunch hour instead? Would that work better?
I think 9's okay. I feel
Okay.
like it'll be early enough for me to take at least an hour or two.
Let's come up with a secondary time or day or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I'm open all day on Friday. I've got 0 things on my calendar.
Okay. Me too.
Friday works as well. David, how about you?
I think Thursday would be better. Just as
Okay.
on Friday I'll be at the office. Yeah, so I think Thursday at 9. If anything, maybe it'll have to be during my lunch hour, but I think 9 should work. I'm usually on top of my stuff, so I'll be okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll take a team lead this next week. Set up the
Sounds good.
agenda. And our week 4 assignment's the same thing, just it's another recording. Who's submitting it? Is it
Well,
gonna be Tim?
So I have to submit it because I'm recording it.
Okay.
Or I can send somebody a link if they want. No, I'll just submit it.
Yeah, let's keep it simple.
Right.
David, you got anything else?
No, I think that's it. No, yeah. I think that was any comments? Questions? concerns?
Tim, or should we turn in our notes as well with the recording? Would that be helpful?
We could. I'm not sure that it's required according to the assignment. It's just the video that needs to be submitted.
Okay.
Maybe not overcomplicate things.
Okay.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Let's see what she said. Huh?
You guys will get a text from me if something happens.
Well, it's all there. And if there are any questions through the week, just like, what did this mean? I hope that we can text about that if anything comes up.
Yeah.
I think we have that open line of communication. It's great.
Yep.
All right, team.
Hey.
All right. I think
All right.
does that wrap it up, David?
Yep, that's it.
Okay.
All right.
Sounds good.
See-
You guys
all
have a
right,
good
I'll see
week.
you all on
See you all on
Thursday.
Thursday.
All right.
Bye.
All right,
Bye.
bye.